Today we're going to be fishing this pond right here, and as you can tell, perfect conditions for topwater. We have perfectly cloudy up there. We have a little bit of moss right here. It's not a really pressured pond, so what most people would throw is something like these guys in here. So what you'd most likely throw is maybe like a frog, like that such, or a little spook bait, or a popper, or just, you know, a little bluegill imitation. But what we are going to be throwing today is probably something you haven't seen before. It is this guy right here. This guy right here is a Lunker Hunt Skitter lizard. So this guy is sold, I don't know if it's exclusively at Walmart or if it's sold other places, but I came across it the other day and I just had to freaking try this out. So at first sight, you might think, well, that's stupid. What is going to eat that? But if you've ever been in Florida, you'll notice little lizards crawling all over the place, and they have to end up in the pond sometimes, and they have to get eaten by bass. I would almost guarantee that that would have to happen. So with that being said, this guy might not be as dumb as it looks. The hooks on this guy are pretty good quality, honestly. So you have, let's go over the lure real quick. So you have these little arms right here, which I'm pretty sure actually come out, but I don't know why you would want that. You have your like original, just classic double frog hooks right here. And you also have this stinger hook, which is really interesting. It comes right out the back like that. So honestly, if it does good, I would say it's probably better than a frog just on how many hookup points you have on it. So a frog, if you don't know, has 2 like that, but this guy has 3. So with that being said, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it hooks up really well. And the body isn't as hard as you would think. It's basically a frog body. So I'm really interested to see how this guy does. And it also has this little curly Q tail like that, which a lot of frogs do too. How this guy has these little kicking legs. This little lizard has a kicking tail. So we're gonna tie this guy on real quick and see if we can catch anything. So we got our Skitter lizard tied on right there. And we're gonna throw this guy out for the first time right now and see what the action is all about on this guy. Okay. That tail is actually, honestly, I'm not mad at it. So the hands kind of like go out and stabilize it, it looks like, and then the tail paddles like just enough to make it so there's a little wake going on behind it. I'm honestly not mad at it. I mean, it's doing a pretty good job. That's, wow. And like I said, I think the arms on this guy are removable, but I don't know why you would want to take off the arms, but a lot of blow-ups going on so far. And I also brought my DC reel, and I just tied a little Senko on that just in case we don't get blown up on this, or if we do get blown up on this, we throw back and they don't bite it, then we can throw in a Senko and maybe hook up. I'm gonna see if anything wants the Skitter lizard today. And like I said, it's not, I mean, it's a goofy looking lure, yes, but overall, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if something actually did smack this thing. If you live in Florida, like I said, you probably have most likely seen little geckos running around, so wouldn't put it past these fish to want to bite one of these things. And if we don't make it happen at this pond, I have another pond in mind. It's actually my favorite pond, which you guys have seen in other videos, but we'll also go there if we don't catch anything on this guy. Give the Skitter lizard a good try today. A really humid day. I think it's like 68% humidity, 84 degrees at the moment. So I don't know how that really fares for us at the moment. Oh, there goes a baseball. That's interesting. Come on, Skitter lizard, get blown up on. I would almost think, well, I'm seeing a ton and a ton of bait fish, like a bunch of little baby bluegill and everything. So I would think maybe the bass are pushed under, which might sound weird. Throws well, the action isn't that terrible on it. I should mention that this guy I think was 11 bucks. So you're paying basically around the same price you would for a frog. I mean, good quality frog. I wonder if they're spawning in here yet. See, I think that right there was like a bluegill busting. So the GoPro wanted to be a GoPro and not pick up sound, which isn't a big surprise. But right here you can tell we are fighting our very first ever Skitter lizard bass. It was a ton of fun. Right about here, I can visibly tell that all 3 hooks are perfectly pinned in this fish. So we both flip them. Wouldn't really recommend that, but we did it. Is what it is. And as you can tell right here, the lizard actually detaches away from the hooks, which is a great feature on this lure. It makes it so the fish can't use the weight of the lure to then unhook itself. It's a common thing that bass do. They're not as dumb as they may look. This lure does this cool feature. I love it. And as you can tell, all 3 of these hooks are perfectly pinned into this fish. He wasn't going anywhere. Even the trailer hook on the back, or the stinger hook on the back, was perfectly hooked right up under the lip, which was really nice. And these hooks were actually really hard to get out of the fish. And yeah, overall it's just a really good little lure. It was a ton of fun to throw around. I'll definitely have it in my tackle box. And yeah, if it keeps catching me fish like this, I will definitely, maybe even go buy another one. But here you can tell this fish is like a pound and a half. Really cool first fish to catch on the Skitter lizard. So we just got that fish right off of this little wall over here. That was such a cool blow up. I didn't see, I mean, the GoPro was turned off. I turned the GoPro right on as he bit. And then, yeah. And then I also had to do a voiceover because the GoPro audio, you know. If you have a GoPro, I don't really have to explain. You probably already know. GoPros are really finicky and they want to work when they want to work. And I should also remind you, if you're fishing in Florida and you're fishing topwater, always look out for alligators. So I caught that fish, and then like seconds after, we're looking at maybe like five and a half, maybe six foot alligator. Just always be aware of that. I mean, alligators, topwater lures, I mean, they love that crap. Just a heads up, if you've never fished in Florida, keep your eyes out. It's probably like the worst lure to throw if you're afraid of alligators. Like, do not throw a topwater if you're afraid of alligators, because they will investigate. But like I said, caught that fish. I'm pretty sure he was right in here. So I'm pretty sure it's a simple pattern. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna be like maybe like 2 yards off of these grasses or something. I think the water just gradually goes down. I don't think there's any crazy points or anything at this pond. So I think it's a pretty rudimentary pattern here. See some activity down there, I think. Perfect day for topwater though. All the clouds are in the sky. Even though it's a little bit hotter than I would like it to be, obviously they're still blowing up on Skitter lizards today, and that's all I care about. Just walk and cast. a little lure. Right down that little weed. Oh, there goes a fish right there. There he is. There he is. Oh my God, he freaking choked the Skitter lizard. Oh my God. Guys, what in the world? What is that? Look at that. Take a screenshot of that. The Skitter lizard is here to do business. Look at that thing right there. Oh my God. The Skitter lizard is not a slouch. Oh my God. What? There she goes. Skitter lizard bass right there. See ya, mama. There she goes. Maybe you're out there. I don't know. Okay. I definitely think they're more on the bank than they are out in the middle of the water. I think what we keep seeing pop out in the middle of the water might be like bluegill or something like that. I don't really believe bass just randomly pop on top of the water like that. I just don't really think that they do. Maybe there's one over there. What? Like, what you doing? What was that? What? What? The fish is like, I'm over here. He's like, catch me. The fish literally, I think he literally just jumped out of the water, flipped us off, went back down. I think that's what happened. He went under the water, he came up, he flipped us off, then he went back down. Wow, that's a first caught on GoPro right there. If you guys are watching this video, you just witnessed history. Don't say I didn't do anything for you. You over there, that muck. See, like right there, it's on its back. And the bad thing about that is there's 3 sharp hooks, and I'm all up in the muck right there. That's the only negative about this lure, is that sometimes just wants to get lazy and take a nap. Okay guys, so that is gonna be an end for this video. It is getting increasingly hot. I think it has to be like 96 degrees right now. But other than that, my overall initial impressions on this guy were it's kind of gimmicky at first, but then I threw it around for, I think we've been out here for maybe like an hour 30. This guy is honestly something that you should go get and put in your tackle box. It's not as stupid as it looks. Honestly, it has a spot. So if you've ever fished a frog, you know how fun they are. Just take that and imagine it's a lizard now, and it's so much fun. I swear it's worth the money. It's basically the same price as a frog, so it's a little expensive. I think it was $11. I'd have to see. I'll definitely leave a link down below. But other than that, I had a ton of fun. We caught 2 fish. We had 1 blow up. I don't know if I caught that on camera or not. But other than that, we are gonna go find some AC. Catch you guys on the next episode. And as always, say yes to fishing. See you guys.